Welcome back everybody, I hope you're having a great day today. It's a beautiful day today and it's going to be a fun episode. Feeling good, feeling ready, feeling excited. And the first one that we're going to read, am I the a-hole my boyfriend peed the bed and is mad at me for my response? My boyfriend, male 27 and I, female 23, just moved into a new house and bought a new mattress. Last night I woke up to a wet feeling under my arm and my hand. My boyfriend was already up and in the bathroom. When he came back, I asked him if he spilled something in the bed or knew why it was wet. He told me that he thinks he peed the bed. I asked him again and I said, wait, are you serious? And he said, I think I peed in my dream and I peed in real life. We are both half awake at this point and I'm just surprised that he actually did wet the bed. I asked him to go grab stuff to clean it up and he told me that it was fine. I asked him what he meant by that and he grabbed a towel, laid it on the wet spot and got back into bed to go to sleep. No, dude, you don't sleep in your own pee, come on. This is a no pee zone. I pulled the covers off him and I told him that he needs to go grab stuff to clean it because I don't want to get it stained. And it's also a new mattress. And we don't even have a mattress cover for it yet. Oh yeah, well definitely don't leave it. Like definitely don't leave it anyway. But the fact that you also don't have a mattress cover, definitely don't leave it. Nez is a little bit of an anxious peer. It's been like at least a year since she's done that. But yeah, mattress covers are essential. He told me that it was fine and that I'm overreacting. That statement naturally pissed me off and I told him I'm not gonna sleep in his piss. Yeah, and that's not fair to me. He told me that he'd clean it up in the morning and that it's not a big deal and doesn't warrant the reaction that I have. No, it definitely does warrant OP's reaction to not want to sleep in your pee, dude. Nobody is gonna want to sleep in your pee, man. Yeah, that was not the solution that I wanted, so I took all the sheets off the bed and I threw them at him. And I told him to sleep on the couch. It was very irritating hearing him tell me that I'm overreacting because I asked him to clean up his pee in the bed that we both slept in. He then knocked on the door 10 minutes later asking for a new blanket because the one I gave him smelt like pee. So he won't sleep with a blanket that smells like pee, but he'll happily sleep on his actual pee. Logic. So, am I the a-hole for overreacting to my boyfriend not cleaning up the pee in the bed right away? Okay, so this one does have an update and we'll read that one in a second. Definitely not the a-hole to OP. I feel like that one's pretty straightforward. Like, oh, how dare you not want to sleep in his pee? Definitely not the a-hole. The top comment says not the a-hole and get the pee remover used for dogs because soap and water won't do the trick. This comment says I've actually peed in my dream and in real life too. I woke up from it and I immediately cleaned it. So no, you're not overreacting. Okay, update. Thank you for the quick replies. This was my first post on Reddit and I don't use it very much, but after he left for work today, I really couldn't get the situation off my mind. I thought I'd see what y'all had to say. I'll address a few comments from the first post. First off, I do wish it was fake, but I really did wake up yesterday to pee in the bed and ended it arguing with my boyfriend. My boyfriend and I have only lived together in small stints here and there, but this is the first time that we have our own house, just us. No, he doesn't have a drug or alcohol problem or diabetes or take meds and wasn't drinking that night. He just worked an overnight shift the previous night and he was pretty tired. He's never done this before since we've been together, so that's why I didn't believe him at first. And we don't have a lot of money right now, so we got a mattress from Walmart for $300. For those of you bashing that detail, lol. We both ended up cleaning the pee after I threw the sheets and blankets at him, and I took the bed because our couch isn't big and I really couldn't be bothered to move to the couch when I felt like I did nothing wrong. I was tired and I wasn't thinking that part through entirely. Also, he's not a horrible abusive boyfriend or have a fetish or anything, like some of the comments have said. And I did not throw him out of the house. He was truly half awake and was just not responsive the way that he needed to be after peeing in our bed. Anyways, he got back from work today with flowers and my favorite ice cream. He told me that he was thinking about what happened last night all day and that he was sorry. He apologized for dismissing me and that he was disrespectful. I told him that the only issue that I had with the situation was him telling me that I was overreacting for me wanting him to clean up the pee at the moment, and that wasn't fair to me and to expect me to be okay sleeping in his pee. Let me be clear, I understand that accidents happen, but to sit there and tell me that my response to needing it cleaned up ASAP is unwarranted is insane. I appreciated the gesture and I did read what you guys said. He doesn't have any underlying trauma or alcoholic issues, he just peed the bed by accident. And I wasn't shaming him for peeing the bed, I was mad at his response. I'm trying to be understanding that he was tired and wanted to go back to bed, but at the same time this affects both of us. I just needed him to be responsible and acknowledge that what I said was valid and he needs to grow up. He did order a mattress cover that'll be here tomorrow, so until that's on the mattress I don't want him in the bed with me. I think making him sleep with those sheets and blankets did jolt him awake to realizing the gravity of the situation. I'm still a bit hurt from how he handled the situation selfishly and was inconsiderate, but he does seem pretty remorseful, so we'll see how we both feel later. That's it for now, thank you for your advice. The top comment, one very important life lesson here, never use the dream toilet. This comment says, I trusted a fart in bed once, shouldn't have. Oh, that's horrifying. Yeah, gross, okay, moving on. Am I the a-hole for refusing to let my parents meet my children because they didn't want me to marry my deaf wife? I'm 29 male. My parents did not say that my wife 28 has a big heart and an awesome personality, or how beautiful she is. All they saw was that she was deaf. I asked them how ignorant can they be? They argued that she'll pass her disability onto any children that we have. Long story short, they said that they won't accept her into the family. I said, then you aren't accepted into ours, and any children that we have, they're not gonna know about them. Jessie cried when I reluctantly had to tell her why they weren't attending our wedding. Okay, so Jessie is OP's partner. I hated them more for that. Only my sister 29 came and she was the only one that I speak to, but I haven't spoken or seen my parents since. We now have twins, a boy and a girl. They're both hearing. My sister came to visit and said that our parents found out about them and asked her to ask me and Jessie if they can meet them. I immediately shut that down. I told my sister to remind them they rejected Jessie first and that they can off. Yeah, good job, OP. My sister later texted and said they both want to apologize. I said it's too late. I told Jessie about the request and she said that maybe we can reconsider and take it slow. My friend said that it can be the healing and closure that I need. I don't know if I want it. I don't know if they're wanting to see my children because they found out that they're hearing. I don't know if I'm being selfish and only thinking about how I feel. Am I the a-hole? Not the a-hole. The top comment says they can come when they've learnt sign language. The second top comment says not the a-hole if your kids were deaf, they wouldn't want to meet them. This comment says not the a-hole, they don't deserve to be in your life. They only showed any interest when they found out that your kids aren't deaf. Would they have bothered if they were? This comment says not the a-hole, you stood up for your partner after some really disgusting behavior from your parents. Yeah, really disgusting behavior from your parents. Yeah, like that other comment said, they don't deserve to be in your life. Like they really don't. And like that comment said, they only showed any interest when they found out that your kids aren't deaf. Yeah, your parents don't deserve you and your partner, OP. And good on you for standing up for your wife. Am I the a-hole for refusing to let my mum wear white to my wedding, even though she claims it's her last chance to feel beautiful? Oh God, here we go. I just turned 23 and I'm getting married in October. My mum and I have always had what I'd refer to as a rocky relationship, especially since I got engaged. She's been oddly competitive, commenting on my body and comparing our rings like we're in a competition, saying stuff like, this day is as much about me as it is about you. Whoa. Oh my God. I honestly thought that she was joking around until she showed me the dress that she bought. A white floor-length gown that looks exactly like a bridal dress. And I told her flat out that she cannot wear that because in my opinion, it does not match the occasion. She got quiet and then burst into tears saying it's her and this was an opportunity to feel beautiful before getting old and that I'm selfish for not letting her have this one thing. Oh, how infuriating. I felt really bad about this, yeah, because she's guilt tripping. I felt really bad about this, so I also offered to go shopping with her to find something elegant and something more appropriate. And all of a sudden her countenance changed and then she told me that I was controlling and ungrateful. What gave me peace was that my fiance backed me up, as did my maid of honor. Now my mum is threatening to not come to the wedding. Oh, okay. And my aunt says I should let her have this to avoid drama. Do not listen to what what your aunt said for even a millisecond. Keep the peace, crap. Now my mum is threatening not to come to the wedding. She's threatening not to come. I feel like that tells you everything that you need to know. I don't think I'm wrong for drawing a line here, but now part of me wonders if am I the a-hole? Yeah, the top comment, now my mum's threatening to not come to the wedding. Your mum's extremely manipulative. Take her up on that offer, not the a-hole. Yes, so unbelievably manipulative. Like, oh, you're threatening not to come? OP, tell her that she's not invited. Trying to pull this sort of manipulative crap. Get out of here. And the aunt saying to let her have it to avoid drama. What a load of BS. By the sounds of it, OP's mum would do this sort of manipulative crap all the time. So what, are you gonna let her get away with it every time to avoid drama? No, you're not. Yeah, like the second top comment says, no wonder you have a rocky relationship. She's a narcissist who has you so damn gaslit that you don't even see the forest for the trees or the bridle for the gown. And don't let your aunt gaslight you either. Frankly, if they're pulling shit like this now, I say don't invite either of them to the wedding, yeah. And be really clear as to why. Because no, mum, this day's not as much about you as it is about your daughter. What the actual signed mum and grandma. Yeah, how bloody ridiculous. The comment below that says, not the a-hole, your mum needs therapy and your aunt's an enabler. And OP said, absolutely, nailed it. Just to let her have it to avoid drama. Like, oh no, we don't want any drama, so we're gonna let mum be awful and manipulative all the time? We all know that doesn't make sense. It's gonna be a lot better for you if you don't put up with this crap. And the audacity to threaten OP by saying, I'm not gonna come to the wedding then. You're acting like it's a bad thing if you don't come to the wedding. Oh, it's so annoying. This comment says, not the a-hole. This day's as much about me as it is about you. Yeah, not sure how that works. If you don't show up, there's no wedding. If she doesn't show up, it's a better wedding. Yeah, 100%. And the response says, yeah. It sounds like her threat to not show up is the best solution. Okay, mum, we can go for a coffee after the honeymoon if you like. Wear your dress then, and I'll tell you all about my beautiful day. This comment says, not the a-hole, and stop negotiating with her. Stop problem solving for her. Set a clear boundary and hold the line. Tell her that a guest wearing white is inappropriate and that you would have her removed from the wedding if she does so. And call her bluff. I'm sorry that you're unwilling to come. I'll let the guests know why. And make sure you control the narrative. Tell the bridal party, my mum's not coming because I vetoed her wearing a white gown. If she shows up in white, please escort her back out as quietly and quickly as you can. This is her decision, not a need, not something to discuss and negotiate. She's making a decision to disrespect you. Time for a shiny spine, OP. Yeah, the audacity of your mum is unbelievable. She's lucky if she even gets invited to the wedding. Pulling that sort of crap is so annoying. Threatening to not go to the wedding. And yeah, don't put up with it, OP. Am I the a-hole for refusing to take my shoes off in my friend's house, causing his wife to cancel the D&D session for everyone? Oh, this one's labelled the a-hole. I, 38 male, was invited to a D&D session with 4 other people at my friend Alex's 34 male house. When I got there, his wife answered the door and immediately asked me to take my shoes off because they have a strict no shoes policy due to them having a crawling baby. I explained that I have a medical condition called epidermolysis bullosa simplex, EBS, which makes the skin on my feet extremely fragile. Even mild friction or pressure can cause painful blisters and tears, so I have to wear supportive shoes that have cushioned orthopedic insoles at all times, even indoors. Walking barefoot or just in socks causes me pain and can lead to bleeding. She suggested that I put grocery bags or socks over my shoes, but I told her that's unsafe for walking and honestly just insulting. She said that she can't compromise her baby's health for my comfort. When Alex came to the door, he told me to just deal with it for a couple of hours or I wasn't welcome inside. I told him I wasn't going to risk injuring myself over a D&D session, and if my shoes were that big of an issue, I'd respectfully leave. As I walked back to my car, I overheard his wife telling the other guests that were already there that the night was off. because I made a huge scene at the door. Later, I got a group text from Alex saying that he was cancelling D&D night because it's not fair to expect everybody else to pretend nothing happened. Some mutual friends say that I overreacted and I could have just sucked it up. 100%. It's not your house, OP. And if you actually need to wear shoes in the house, then you need to have a pair of indoor shoes. While others think Alex and his wife were ridiculous for ruining everybody else's plans just because I decided not to stay. So am I the a-hole? Edit, I should add that I texted our friend group chat a few days ago about my concerns with my condition because we changed the location of the meetup to his house instead of mine. Alex reassured me that I shouldn't worry about it, so I didn't bring my indoor shoes. Why would Alex say that you don't need to worry about it when that's not what he said later? Yeah, 100% the top comment. I don't know why you couldn't just cover your shoes with bags. Yeah, I don't really feel like the bags on the shoes is that insulting. I also don't understand why the friend said not to worry about it to OP though. Alex reassured me that I shouldn't worry about it, so I didn't bring my indoor shoes. Assuming that that's actually what Alex said, why did Alex reassure you not to worry about your indoor shoes? But also, if you have this condition where you need to wear shoes, and you're going to be in a situation where you're going to be in somebody else's house, then you should 100% bring indoor shoes with you in every situation like that. Or like those shoe covers that like stretch over your feet, like those ones that look like shower caps. Like keep a box of them in your car or something. It's 100% your responsibility to be prepared for that, OP. One of the top comments says, hey, I have to wear shoes indoors for medical reasons as well. I keep a separate pair that I only wear indoors, and I bring them when visiting people's homes. Is that not an option for you? With elastic laces, it's not a huge lift to change at the door. Yeah, for sure. The response says, yeah, same thought that I had. Indoor only shoes seems like a fair workaround. It keeps things clean for the baby, but still protects OP's feet. Kinda sucks that the night got cancelled over something that probably had a middle ground. A comment below that says, knowing that you have this condition and a good majority of people do not allow shoes in their homes, why don't you have shoe covers for times like this? This is 100% a you problem. Did they overreact by cancelling? Yeah, but still, you the a-hole. I can't believe we had a post that had an a-hole consensus. Am I the a-hole for giving my fiance a forehead kiss? My 24 male fiance, 28 female, and I are getting married later this month. Congratulations. My dad had us over today and we stayed late. My stepbrother, 25 male, had his girlfriend, 25 female, over. The 6 of us were watching movies and it was late and my fiance fell asleep. She woke up around an hour later and I gave her a forehead kiss. That's become a bit of a thing for us. I always give her a forehead kiss when we wake up in the morning. I also do it when she wakes up from naps. It's to the point that it's a habit now. Yeah, of course, OP. I give Chloe a lot of forehead kisses. I give Jin a lot of forehead kisses. I give Nez a lot of forehead kisses. There's nothing wrong with a forehead kiss. A little while later, my stepbrother pulled me aside and demanded I stop forcing my perfect relationship down his throat. Wow. I told him I wasn't forcing anything, I was just kissing my fiance. And he cut me off and called me a and then went upstairs. The rest of the night went pretty normal. My stepbrother's girlfriend went upstairs to look for my stepbrother after a while. My fiance and I just got home and I received a text from my stepmom. It said that I should apologize for making my stepbrother uncomfortable and stop acting so obsessed with my fiance. Has your stepmom lost their mind? Am I the a-hole for giving my fiance a forehead kiss? Absolutely freaking not. If you're in a relationship and you see another couple that are super sweet to each other, and you think to yourself, I would like it if our relationship was a bit more like that. You don't throw a tantrum like a baby and get upset at the person who's giving the forehead kisses, and on top of that then goes to his mum and complains about it, and demand that OP apologise for making him uncomfortable. That's unbelievable. Apologise for what? The top comment says, not the a-hole, I'm guessing your brother's girlfriend was like, why can't you be nice and sweet to me the way OP is with his fiance? And he got pissed at you instead of just stepping up his game. The comment below that says, not the a-hole, I can't believe your stepbrother went crying to his mummy about it. Yeah, and I can't believe his mummy went along with it. The comment below that says, so they're mad at you for loving your fiance and showing her affection. Okay then, I think you should know that you clearly clearly not the a-hole here. The one below that says not the a-hole and no apology necessary. Seriously, demanding an apology from you when he was acting like a toddler? Laugh it off and tell stepmom you intend to be obsessed with your soon-to-be wife for the rest of your life. Yeah. And yeah, the stepbrother saw how you were treating your partner. I'm assuming felt bad because they weren't treating their partner the same, or felt like some level of jealousy about it. That's okay. Like, it's okay to be jealous. It's okay to feel like that. These are all human emotions, but the way that he reacted by getting angry at OP, like, hey bro, OP didn't do anything wrong. Am I the a-hole for telling my in-laws that we're getting divorced because my wife cheated on me, since they thought that I was leaving her because of her weight? I, 35 male, thought that I was getting everything I ever wanted with my wife, 35 female, when we were in our late 20s. I truly love her both when she was thin and now that she's plus sized. She became plus sized during her pregnancy and I was still hot for her, but she hated her new body and she felt ugly despite all of my compliments. Over the years, she gained more weight and felt worse about herself. More recently, she cheated on me. She had felt so low about herself she wanted to see if men who didn't have to love her would find her sexy. I didn't have to love her because we have a child together. I love her because she's her. We're getting a divorce and I wanted the process to be peaceful. But my in-laws, especially my mother-in-law, 57 female, were giving me hell because they thought that I was this shallow jerk who was leaving his wife because she gained weight during pregnancy. I was confronted by her parents. Again, I told them the truth. Now my in-laws are giving my wife hell and she's miserable. I don't want her to be miserable. I just wanted my in-laws off my case. Am I the a-hole? No, of course not, OP. Definitely not. The top comment says, no, you're not the a-hole. Your wife is though. She lied to her parents about why the marriage ended. Instead of getting the therapy she obviously needs, she chose to cheat. Yeah, she chose to cheat. It wasn't an accident. She wanted to see if men who didn't have to love her would find her sexy. So she went and cheated. Hey, that's not the answer. This comment says, not the a-hole. Your wife was willing to make you the villain in order to gain sympathy from people. You cleared the air and set the story straight. Better to have the truth out there before the narrative that she spun becomes the story that everybody believes. Yeah, and by the sounds of it, that's what she was doing. She was not telling the truth. Now my in-laws are giving my wife hell and she's miserable. I don't want her to be miserable. I just wanted my in-laws off my case. I'm just happy that the in-laws aren't getting super angry at OP now. Like, they are angry at her for cheating. At least they're not acting like it's no big deal. You are so not the a-hole, OP. This comment says, not the a-hole. If she chooses to lie about you, you have every right to correct that lie. She brought the hell on herself first by cheating and then by lying. Okay, that's enough for today. I feel like we should read something wholesome. That was a fun episode though. I'm already excited for the next episode. Time to read something wholesome. It's gotta feel insanely good to be a cow and let out a huge moo. That is so funny. And that's so true. That makes me so happy that this person even thought about this. Like, yeah, you're so right. It probably does feel so good. Thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you had a great time today. If you did, make sure you let me know in the comments and subscribe if you want to. And the comment of the day goes to Art by Bun Bun. Reading these on Reddit by myself just isn't the same without Vincey narrating. Oh, that is so awesome. I appreciate that so much, Art by Bun Bun. Thank you for that comment. That actually means a lot to me. Things on the channel have been sort of evolving over the years. The shorts have become really popular. So like, I make these shorts, but I also make these fun Reddit videos. Like, there's two little worlds going on at the same time. And I love making the shorts and they're super fun, but I also love making these videos. And as you guys know, the videos have been sort of hard to keep up with at times, but I love them so much. And comments like this one mean the world to me. Like, I was already excited to film the next episode, but comments like this make me so excited. So yeah, thank you for that, and thank you for the support, everybody. I'll see you in the next episode. Make sure you look after yourself and make sure you have a beautiful, amazing rest of your day. And you know what I'm about to say because I say it every single time. Bye!